Let's play ball.
We only heard half of that. I only heard a third.
I realized that. So Dan's mic's not even turned on, I don't think. But
Yeah.
here we go. It is I, Jacob Moore, the self-proclaimed sports analyst. You know what? I figured I was watching the Sportsnet post-game show, and they forgot to open up the mics when they threw back to the desk at the Sky Dome. So I figured I'd try the same thing. That's what the pros are doing. I'm kidding. We love you at Sportsnet. But joined by Mr. Lane Dashing Dashko, who looks like he's about to get into the wrestling ring there.
Yeah.
He's got like the he's ready to go.
He's got the arms throwing.
The gun show, baby. Let's go.
Yeah.
And of course, the one, the only, everyone's favorite homie, Mr. Moore for your money.
Woo!
And look, the Jays extending it to Game 7.
Yep.
Well, Lane, you have an announcement you wanted to make, but before we get to that quickly, sorry, there's one other thing I have to address. I don't know why the lights are flickering. Oh, Hamilton's just partying like it's 1993, thinking the Jays have a shot to win a World Series. But another great day at the analyst desk where every take counts and every day feels like game day. Big thanks to everyone tuning in. Respectful debate, smart conversations, and real sports talk are what makes the community great. Let's keep it clean. No hate speech, no personal attacks. I don't know why Dan's going crazy about that. Just passionate sport talk from fans who love the game.
The funny thing is, this has something to do with my announcement, but you guys don't know what it is, and you're going to laugh.
So, Lane, as long as there's no hate speech, go ahead.
Okay, so it's just funny because it ties into this perfectly. So tonight I was watching the game, with my girlfriend and her mom, and I'll admit, I don't know what it is with me. I know I'm passionate. I know I have a lot of energy, and I get nervous and anxious when I watch sports games. I don't know if it's the Leafs. I don't know if it's just me being crazy. But I said after Vladdy grounded out with the bases loaded, I went on my Twitter, and I think I said the dumbest thing anyone has ever said on the social media. And Jacob's gonna have to show the circus book as I say this. So I need Jacob to hold the zoo book up as I say this. And then we'll go back to full screen. I said that Vladimir Guerrero wasn't good in the ALCS, or he was a little bit disappointing.
Oh, boo!
I got a little bit. Yeah.
Oh my gosh, really, dude?
Yeah, I got a little in my head.
Boo!
I know I deserve the laughing sound effects and the booing.
My new Zoo Magoo Guru will make the people talk. But Lane Dashko admits his mistake, so at least he walks the walk. He makes his tweet, he says his words, but that is a-okay. We know he's a passionate lad, although he was wrong on this Sunday.
That's right. So
Seuss.
So after saying that, and he hit the home run, I was like, man, I am way too negative. And I'll admit, I know I've been negative about the Blue Jays. I've been negative about I need to stop being so negative. And there's one way I'm going to go about doing that tonight. The one thing I'm going to do to fix my negative energy is for everyone that leaves a comment, and I mean everyone, any person, any comment, whether it's hi, hey, letter B, C, anyone and everyone who leaves a comment, I'll be saying something nice about you and very positive to erase my negative energy. Dan, you are a lovely gentleman, and I'm glad that I met you.
Thank you.
Jacob Moore, you are one of the nicest people I've ever met. I'm a pleasure to be with you on the desk every day. And I'm going to do this for every single comment that Jacob puts up on the screen. That's how I'm going to erase my negative energy tonight. And I think I have to sit in my crow. I said something dumb because I was like, man, I was feeling negative. I was putting negative vibes up there. So today we got to get back to positively. And that's one way we're going to go about it today.
I like it.
You know what? And Lane, I love that you're seeing you have sometimes a negative attitude and you want to turn that into a positive. So I
don't know what it is. I don't know. I don't know if it's the Leafs trauma, but I feel like when I watch a game, I can't get excited because I'm like, I always think something bad's gonna happen. It's not like I want something bad to happen. I generally don't. I want them to win, but I always have this negative feeling. So
I'll be honest, as bad as it sounds, I have a feeling as a Maple Leaf fan. Because you know the Blue Jays in 1993, I witnessed it in my lifetime. Yes, I'm aging myself, but I remember it happening. The Raptors, of course, 2019, I remember that, okay? Toronto Walk, I remember that. The Argos, I remember last year, okay? The Maple Leafs are the one team I don't know.
Brendan, you're one of the best friends I've ever had. I'm glad we got to meet each other at a Leafs game near my birthday so many years ago.
Yeah.
And Brandon, I do agree. Let's bring that positive energy to the Jays tomorrow.
Key Smith, you're a lovely lady. We're glad to have you on the desk, and you're great with the CFL Pick'em League that you run. It's a fun league that you have.
100%.
And Key, I'm on your side. I'm actually feeling positive enough.
I'll just say this. I said from day one when this series started, Seattle was going to be a tougher competition than the Yankees. And I said since day one, the Jays...
Yankees lose.
I gotta say this, since day one, the Jays were taking it in 7.
Now, there is a Jay that I really want to talk about, though, that I don't think is getting enough credit, that if it wasn't for what Vladdy's doing, I think we'd be putting him in the MVP category. And you may think I'm crazy. Ernie frickin' Clement. This guy, time after time, hits the ball in the play, gets a single now. Time after time. He just continues to make these critical plays. And he's a bottom of the order guy. It's not like he's like what Vladdy Guerrero Jr. is doing is incredible. But at $500 million, he needs to do it. Ernie Clement is not in that category. Yet he's doing it anyways. And I am so impressed with this team. And I think what you're seeing from the Blue Jays, they're not just built around one player. Because you look, Bo Bichette's been out.
Well,
and the team.
I have a gasser ass.
Yeah.
Jacob has some hella golf vibes going on. Tee off, my man.
Jacob,
I know I'm wearing the Argo hat. They're going golfing. Key, unfortunately, so are your Elks.
Key, your cowboy hat looks great on you. That's a great hat to be wearing. I thank you for every comment. This might even be wilder than what I said on Twitter tonight, but gas or ass? As of tomorrow morning at 10 a.m., I have a feeling we're going to be seeing a tweet from the Toronto Blue Jays that says this: George Springer with his knee is out, Bo Bichette is in.
Whoa!
I have a feeling they're gonna try to swing it that Springer can't play. They're going to get a last-minute approval for Bo Bichette. He was in the batting cage today. He was lightly jogging. It's Game 7. It's do or die.
I was going to say gas or ass about Bo Bichette, but a different comment about Bo Bichette. That's a great gas or ass.
Don't say your gas or ass yet, Dan, because I know where you're going.
Yeah, I will.
And Lane, I'm going to say ass for one reason and one reason only. This now means you cannot use Springer the entire next round.
Yeah, but what if his knees I'm just saying, what if his knee's really bad? Like, it looked terrible.
Yeah, but it was the test came back negative.
Man.
Get the guy some ice. Give him some Advil. Rob A535 A535.
I guess I'm just wondering why they're having. Only reason I said it, I just had to wonder what you guys saw because I did think it was weird that Bichette Brendan is a lovely gentleman that I watch wrestling with. He's a great guy. He's a way more passionate Leaf fan than I'll ever be. Bichette isn't eligible to play, but they can if they can get someone off the roster, they can ask for a special request the morning of the game if Rob Manfred will approve it, and they can get Bo Bichette in the lineup. I did think it was weird that they had a batting practice and that he was lately jogging just in case they could do it. And we talked about if there's a will, there's a way. This might be their one way to get him
in. What's your thoughts, Dan?
I'm going to say for George Springer, everything is fixed by Corona and family. You know, I think George Springer
Corona beer, he means,
is going to fix this and stay in this Game 7. You know, I get he can't win, but even if we don't start him in the starting 9, I would think you still want him as a pinch hitter.
No, you're not pulling Springer. I'm telling you, you cannot take Springer out of this series. I don't think Springer is going to let himself be.
The only reason why I said family,
Scherzer, and just be like, no.
The only reason why I said family is I think Joel Springer would be the perfect character for a Fast and Furious movie.
Key saying ass also appreciates the compliments, Lane.
Key is a very has shown me a good way to become an Eskimo, an Elks fan. Give me a lot of perspective on joining Elks.
Brandon is also saying ass. So either he thinks I have a nice
saying ass too.
Or Brandon's a fun guy to play MLB The Show with. He's a great coach. He always helps me whenever I'm swinging at bad pitches. He tells me to take a pitch, and I need that advice when I'm in the batter's box.
Lane is just Captain Positivity today.
I'm telling you, that's my punishment.
Hi, Captain.
That's my punishment.
Also, too, comments from us. Thank you for all the likes and comments. Means a lot to the desk.
The Analyst Desk is the best sports podcast on the internet today.
100%.
Dan, Key does not want what the heck's a floppy fish hug?
I have no idea. Floppy flop!
Now I'm just picturing the fish that sings on your wall.
And for everyone who doesn't know, Key gives incredible insight for the CFL for females perspective. You can always read about it on her blog. So if you're a woman that wants to get into football, Key gives a great females perspective on football.
Absolutely. And Alex, Game 7, baby. Absolutely.
Oh,
Alex.
yeah. Here we go.
Alex, you look really nice in your profile picture.
So for anyone who doesn't know, who's joining the stream now, because Alex is probably like, what the heck? Anyone who comments, Lane is saying something positive. So if you want to hear positivity from Lane Co., make sure you jump in the comment section. And look, I still want to keep talking about Ernie Clement. I love this man. I want to take him out to dinner. Screw Kevin Gosman getting free parking. I will let Ernie Clement park in my driveway, and I will drive him to the GO station.
Would you take me out for dinner, for free? Can we go out for dinner, tomorrow?
I have to work tomorrow.
Oh.
Yeah, let's just go out for dinner for Game 7. Let's go.
I can't even watch Game 7 because I got to work.
Well, Colin's sick.
No. My coworkers are probably watching the stream, Dad.
Probably. Tell them all Colin's sick.
No, don't worry. Lane is not taking a substance, and that's a good idea, Mr. Alex. I'll throw that in the comment section.
Alex is a great commenter on this show. He's always giving a good insight and making us always laugh.
So just to give Alex and everyone else up to speed, Mr. Daskell is sometimes a little too negative, and he was a little negative against Vladdy on Twitter, which was a huge mistake because Vladdy is an amazing human being.
I'm a silly goose.
So to make up for his negativity, he's saying a positive comment to every person that comments. So don't get creeped out. He's just trying to put positive energy into the air for Game 7.
Positivity. It's like Zen. It's like yoga. It's like positivity.
You know who was a big yoga guy? Was Joe Fortin playing Maple Leafs.
But not Joe Flacco.
No. Joe Fortin,
is,
big positivity guy.
Well, I did. Speaking of Joe Thornton, I want to know what your guys' thought is on this, but it's not Joe Thornton related, but I saw the Wellington Dukes. They just signed Patrick Marleau's kid from the BC.
Oh, I heard about that. Yeah.
Cool.
Interesting.
I know the Cougars were just up in the Duke Dome on Sunday. I'm not sure what the score of that was. And yeah, Brendan, we go to a lot of restaurants. We've gone to the Pint and watched a lot of sports, and we like to go for restaurants, especially some Chuck's Roadhouse once in a while. Go check out the sports.
Dan loves Chuck's Roadhouse.
I do.
But yeah, you know what? I gotta say, I'm absolutely loving all the comments here in the comments. All the comments. Make sure you slap a like whenever you can here. We always appreciate it here at the desk. To be honest, it helps with our algorithms so we can get more people tuning into our incredible content here. But look, I got to say I absolutely feel the Jays have a legitimate shot to not break the heart of everyone across at least the sixth, if not the whole country, except Farhan Lalji, who's a Mariners fan, which people were very upset about that. I can see Lane. You gotta stay positive, Lane.
I get his point.
Positivity.
I get his point.
What was your question again? I've gotten it lost in all the positivity. I'm not used to Lane being this positive.
He has a very unique name. You don't usually see that name. It's a very unique name to have.
I don't blame Farhan Longy. It's like what I was saying. If we added more Canadian teams to Canada, would you just magically jump on the bandwagon of the new team, or would you still support the team you supported from day one? Right?
But look, I'm gonna say this though.
Bad timing on Farhan's part. I gotta say that.
I really do feel that the Jays can do this, and
100%.
I want to say this too quickly here, and maybe this is weird bringing this back to the Leafs. So I'm going to bring this to the Leafs a little
not
bit.
These guys.
Stay positive, Lane.
Positive. Oh,
About the Maple Leafs.
I truly feel
all over again.
Austin Matthews, John Tavares, because I would say those are the two leaders of this team, correct?
Yep.
They need to take notes from Vladdy Guerrero Jr. on leadership.
100% they do.
Because Vladdy is leading this team on and off the field right now. And even in the interviews, I absolutely love the interviews from Vladdy Guerrero Jr. And I got to say this too, like, you could tell he really feels he has the country on his back. Like the way Kawhi Leonard did before he asked to be a co-owner of the Maple Leafs. And I'm just looking to see this from Matthews and Tavares to just kind of put the team on their back. And Key, this is not a punishment for Lane. Lane set up this challenge all by himself.
Yeah, I didn't even know it was happening. I'm like, what's going on here?
I'm glad me and Key are friends.
What up?
She always sends me cool messages.
What's up?
Jakic, you have an awesome profile picture. I love it. It's like a blue Street Fighter or blue.
That is, you know what? That is a dope profile.
Actually, first thing I thought of was fastly Back to the Future when I saw that for whatever reason. Had the whole 80s vibe.
But hey, we're just here chatting Blue Jays, right? A big win for the Jays. They're going into a big game tomorrow with Shane Bieber at the mound.
Yeah.
Nice to see a Toronto athlete rise to their star game during a postseason run. Honestly, 100%. Absolutely. We haven't really seen it besides in basketball and football in Toronto in recent years, right? I know the Argos are terrible.
Joe Carter in 93.
Dan, I wouldn't call that recent years.
Brendan always makes me laugh when I'm in a bad mood. He always throws a funny joke my way to make me laugh all the time. But
Dan Gray calling the Dodgers out before they even get to the World Series. However, this team could beat the Cheaters or Dodgers if they win tomorrow.
Dan Gray is an awesome guy. He comes on this show and he provides a lot of amazing content for Leafs, Blue Jays, whatever topic you throw at Dan Gray. He's always got a good answer for
Also, I got to say, too, quickly, Dan, if you're able to, you can share it. But I know Dan Gray's got some exciting news on a new life adventure for him coming up very soon. So make sure you stay locked into his social media. And if you're, one of the best, if not the best investigative journalists I've ever had the pleasure of working with over my media career.
I would just say the best. Just say it, Jacob. He's the best. Just say it.
Simply. Then again, Dan, you're the one who said Lane wasn't your favorite Cat fan.
Well, it's because I wasn't with him at the moment.
But Jacob, actually, before we go on too much,
I forget if it was a Cat fan.
There's one question I had for you, and it's not I swear it's not a negative question, but I do want to ask it.
Yeah,
I did try to ask it earlier, but I didn't think I didn't hear the answer, so I wanted to hear it from you from your word of mouth. Do you think it's weird that the Leafs do not defend their own players? Like when Stolarz got hit again, like everyone just kind of was like, "Well, it's another game." I was like, "Why is Stolarz the one sticking up for himself? Why is like McCabe not being like, hey, don't touch our goalie?" Like it drives me nuts that like this team does not stick up for their if when Springer gets hit, Vladdy will say something. If someone gets hit, Gosman's going to get out there. It feels like
look, I'm just going to say it. I think it comes down to
I'm getting dizzy.
Toronto, and I think this is just showing that Austin Matthews maybe isn't captain material. It's still
early. One thing I wanted to ask Craig Berube.
It's still early in his captain career, so time will tell. But it's also, I think, about John Tavares too. He's not a true leader either. I think the Leafs have a leadership problem, but we got a lot of comments to catch up on here.
Captain Underpants.
We're only friends if you didn't set up this punishment because I swear that I heard word from you earlier, Elo, and I hallucinated. Then I guess it's because I'm celebrating my ears off. Key, please keep your ears on. If you don't have any ears on, then you can't listen to the analyst desk.
I'm with that key. You have very nice ears, and
I bet you do. I've never actually like stared directly into your earlobes, but I'm sure
no feet comments on the air, people.
And Dan says, I can't share the how many you set up about a live Leafs, Jays, etc. the weekend of November 2nd. Just come on the show the 2nd or the 3rd. So it sounds like Dan Gray's that announcement's coming very
soon.
Of course, we'd love to have Dan Gray on the show. He's
interesting.
A lot of knowledge, really smart guy, and we'd love to hear
me interested.
He's on the show, so we can't wait for his awesome announcement.
Key won't be surprised by the announcement, apparently. Key's just like, I have a crystal ball. Or maybe she's just surprised that we like her ears. Who knows?
He is one of our top commentators. She really helps with the likes and the subscribes and helping us get the views. So she's been one of our top viewers here at the Analyst desk.
Well, I'm just going to say, to add to your point, Mr. Dasco, I was saying the same thing, that the Maple Leafs,
it would be interesting.
I know they can't make Stoloff's the captain technically, but don't forget, Roberto Longo was the captain of the Vancouver Canucks. And I'm just going to say, Captain Underpants is not getting it done as a leadership material, right? And my problem is you got all this cap space, okay? And you got rid of Ryan Leafs. I agree Ryan Leafs have to go. But you did not replace him with a tough guy, okay? You need someone that is threatening even on the bench. And we don't have that right now. You have this Matthias, who Jacob likes, who has one assist in 6 games, that's done nothing. That's wasting $3.5 million. Then you have Nick Robinson. That's wasted $1.8 million in cap space and done nothing.
Hockey in October.
I guess Dan's going to be the negative one today. Well, I'm the.
Well, someone's got not negative, but someone's got to say the truth. And the truth is, Storrs was 100% right, and he was 100% right to call them out in the media.
And Dan Gray is right here. Technically, Roberto Longo did not have the C on his jersey, so he was the unofficial captain.
I know technically you are right. I get that.
Dan Gray has a lovely profile picture as well. I love it's like a cool shot with the trees.
He's actually a phenomenal photographer as well. And Brandon's already calling for lineup changes.
Oh.
Maybe Robertson out. But look, I guess actually I'm gonna bring up my gas or ass. I was debating on saving for pre-record, but I want some live reaction. I'm going to get more hate than Lane did on Twitter.
Uh-oh.
The NHL season is too long because no one cares about hockey in October.
Boo! Ass!
I actually kind of agree with that. That's kind of gas.
I think the preseason should be starting now.
Oh, come on.
Dan, you're fighting against World Series, CFL playoffs. NFL's getting into a pretty good form right now. NHL ratings right now are not good this time of year.
Okay. Do you know why the salary cap has gone up as high as it has? And do you know why Complete Saw made $17 million? Because the NHL, for once, is making money. They're making revenue. And you know how they're making money and making revenue? By selling tickets and selling TV deals.
Well,
how do they sell tickets and TV deals? More games!
Well, then how come the NFL can play less games than the NHL and make way more money than them? Because their games hold higher value.
But imagine how much more money NFL made if they played 30 games.
And let's be honest, we see way too many injuries, way too many good players going down.
That's how you get new players start.
Give me 70 regular season games and an extra playoff round. That's a better format.
No.
Yes, it is. And sure, Dan, why not? Have it finish in July because no one cares about July baseball. The CFL season's kind of just getting going. Like I think this.
Well, play hockey in the middle of summer.
He's saying gas. Brandon's saying ass. So
ass.
This is an interest. Honestly, I thought everyone would disagree with me. I thought they'd have Dan's reaction.
100% ass.
And we need to scroll back to Dan Gray's
comment.
So big, Dan doesn't deserve a face anymore. Dan, sit up. Taller. NHL rule 6.1 prohibits goaltenders from wearing the C on their jersey or performing on-ice captain duties. like talking to referees about rulings.
I get that.
Malongo couldn't act as a traditional captain during games. Instead, alternate captains handled responsibilities on the ice, while Malongo filled leadership duties off the ice as the locker room. Before Malongo, the last goalie to wear the C was Bill Durham in 47-48.
Was it?
I did not know that. That's interesting.
Was it Martin Bruder also the captain of the Devils?
No, Scott Stevens.
Scott Stevens,
the eyes.
Dan loves staring into Scott Stevens.
I love Scott Stevens. One of my favorites of all times.
I have to catch us on some compliments. Dan Gray is the second nice Dan that I personally know. Again, Keith Smith is she's a great person and one of our very close friends from the analyst desk. And Brendan, we have a great times watching games together, playing games together. One of my best friends. I'm glad that we are best friends.
But that was me calling you, Jacob, to tell you the whole start later thing is ass. Okay, so you want the. So I think
Dan's agree.
Either
Dan brings in a lot of nice rules that we didn't know, but they didn't comment that we wouldn't have known that rule.
So I feel people either are feeling this about my idea.
No, definitely not.
Or think my idea is terrible and I need to leave the desk.
But what if we
bye-bye. Bye-bye.
Okay,
no train to Union Station leaves in 10 minutes.
Okay, but in Jacob's defense, what if we could have more
meaningful playoff games,
or just meaningful games in general? Like instead of having maybe 82 regular season games, maybe make 12 of them playing games for like the 6, 7, 9.
Oh, not 6, 7.
6, 7. But yeah, no, you know what I mean. But
thank you, Keith, very much for sending the laugh emoji for Lane's 6, 7 comment. But no, I look at it, and I mean, the NHL is going the opposite direction. Next season, we're going to have 84 games.
As it should be.
As it shouldn't be. Why
more teams equals more games. What we could do, though, is we got more rivalry games. So we can have more games like the Battle of Ontario, the Battle of Alberta, and take out games like Toronto versus Utah.
But Dan, I want more meaningful games.
That's how you get more meaningful games.
Playoffs mean more than regular season.
So you say a game of 300 penalty minutes doesn't count?
Not really. That's not even hockey. You're just watching WWE on the ice.
That's cool.
I've been banished. Oh, no.
Oh, no.
If Jacob's been banished, then Dan Gray could take over because Dan Gray would be an incredible host on the Analyst.
Guess who's back?
He would be.
Back again. More self-proclaimed sports analyst is back. Tell a friend. And don't need more games. Don't need more teams. 82 is perfect. Well, we're getting 84 next year anyways, whether you like it or not, Brandon.
Gotta thank Brendan for always inviting me when he wins Ford Fanatic tickets to the Leaf games. If it wasn't for him, I probably wouldn't get to see the Leafs as much live as I get to do because he always invites me when he wins tickets from the Ford Fan Deck.
That's pretty sweet. You got to grow the game and grow the league to keep making more money.
More games, more money, more
money.
Again, why don't you want more playoff games? But Dan,
I do want more playoff games. I agree with that too. I think as we got 32 teams in the league, 16 teams are not enough anymore. We're even talking adding 34 teams to the league. So I agree. We need a fifth playoff round.
70 regular season games.
No.
And 20 teams make the playoffs.
No, because then you're not going to get 50 goal seasons. You're not going to get guys getting 130 points. We need more games. More is better.
More is not always better. Dan, do you want more electric cars on the road? You just said more is better.
Electric cars, I'm being positive here. Electric cars are great for some people in some cases, but everyone should have the right to choose between electric and gas.
More is better, Dan.
It is.
For yourself.
It'll be good for the electric car industry if there are more electric cars on the road.
Interesting here, too. Why don't we have more 4 to 8 team tournaments, like a mid-season tournament out of normal places, like what Friedman's idea? So are you talking about kind of like the in-season tournament in the NBA?
Why?
It would make things more meaningful. I don't know what you win from winning that in-season.
You know, it'd be cool actually. if you could maybe if you win I don't know, this might sound really dumb, but maybe if you win.
Hello.
Oh, nice to
Hi,
hear from you.
Awesome profile picture there, Lorraine. But it'd be awesome. And Dan Gray, thanks for the comment. I think that's a great comment that you put. But it'd be cool if you won this tournament. Like, I don't know the logistics of this, but maybe if you win this in-season tournament, maybe you get guaranteed a playoff spot if you win a big tournament.
That could be interesting.
Like, you get a guaranteed no matter what. Like, even if you're out of the playoffs and you won that tournament, you get that last spot.
That would be interesting.
Dan Gray saying yes, but take it to Mexico City, London, etc. It could be a way to grow the game internationally.
Interesting.
Idea,
I like that.
They need to grow the game.
If it wasn't for that, I have no idea what it is. I don't plan on figuring it out. But so Key's against it. She doesn't want to learn what it is, but that's okay. The in-season tournament in the NBA, they basically have a random tournament in the beginning of in the middle of the season. I just think like what Lane's saying, you need to make it a real explosion onto the scene and give them a chance to actually make it bigger and make it sometimes a guaranteed wild card spot. Yeah, Lane, Dan, I do agree with you there. A guaranteed wild card.
Because when we watched, we were lucky this year. We had the four nations, right?
Yeah.
Instead of that god awful All-Star game where it's like,
that's negative.
No, I'm
not realistic.
Hold on. Let me cook. Let me cook like what they said. Kids said, let me cook. Instead of having Nikita Kucherov, it's like, here comes Nikita Kucherov, and he doesn't care. We had games that were fun. Every game that tournament felt exciting. Everyone tuned in for it because it meant something. Because the players playing on each team actually wanted to win something. They wanted to prove something. And when hockey is meaningful and you got that intensity, like it's a game 7 or it's do or die or you have to win this, hockey is the most incredible sport in the world. But the problem is we have games 60 to 82 where half the teams are like, well, we're making the playoffs, so we'll just put the car in neutral. And then you have 4 or 5 teams that are like, oh, we got to really play our butts off to make the playoffs. And then there's the bottom teams where are like, hey, that Gavin McKenna guy looks pretty cool. Let's lose every game. There is a lot of that.
As Dan Gray saying here too, or I had all the R's. They get an extra $3 million on the cap space in the playoffs. Do it ahead of the trade deadline. That's an interesting way to do it. Winner of that gets an extra, and then do it, or either they get extra $3 million on the cap or an extra first-round draft pick.
Okay, you know what? I just gotta say something right
I think
here.
that'd be great. Get whoever, if you win that tournament, top 10 draft pick.
I like the idea, Mr. Gray.
Top 10. Let me tell you why, Lane. You just said you're having teams that are intentionally losing games to try to get a better draft pick.
Be bad for Connor.
So let's get a mid-tier team like Calgary, who could maybe go in there and, I know this year they've been god-awful, but last year they were a decent team. So maybe then they might push and say, look, we're not going to make the playoffs, but maybe we can really push and win this tournament and get a top 10 draft pick.
Okay, Jacob, I'm just going to do a mic drop to prove why my comment is why I gas to your comment. The Blue Jays are 1 win away from the World Series. We have it titled on the show, Blue Jays Post Game. We talk about what the comments talk about. From your one take, Jacob, we talk about over 10 minutes in hockey in October. Gas 100%. This country needs as much hockey as possible. Done. Mic drop.
I get what you're saying, Dan. Yeah. I just don't completely agree with you. I
dropped the mic for you, Dan. Don't worry about that. I'm sure everyone's ears just exploded, but I got you, bro.
I feel I really want to watch meaningful hockey games. And I think they'll be more meaningful.
Okay, Jacob, when we went to the Leaf game on Thursday, was it worth it?
Different situation. We hadn't been in years.
Okay, but I was saying if we weren't, was it worth seeing the Maple Leafs beat the Rangers in overtime?
Yeah, it was an exciting game.
Yeah. Was it worth seeing Stolarz play incredible, making 40 saves?
Yeah, Dan, you can get.
Was it worth Dakota Joshua slamming that big hit in boards in the fair period?
Was it worth the Leafs having statistically the worst attendance at that they'll get all year because it's in October and nobody cares right now?
It was still a sellout.
It was not a sellout, Dan. You and I both have eyes.
Oh, it's pretty close.
No, it wasn't. There were seats empty in our section and across.
Okay, but those seats are technically sold, even though. Oh, hey, my microphone guy. So
Yeah, they're sold, but
the
that's
seats are technically sold, even if they're empty.
Over $100, and they're not even going because they don't care about hockey in October.
It's honestly because the Blue Jays are in the middle of an amazing playoff run. If the Blue Jays are out of it,
I understand.
You're just stupid, Jamie. Saying this one thing because
it was hate speech, and you
that's
just
not hate speech. You're saying it's one thing because the Blue Jays made it this year. What happens in the next couple of years in Blue Jays will be both building? Then the October hockey's important. This is just a temporary issue.
It's not a temporary issue. I'm looking something up.
Mr. Gray has an interesting comment. The Jacob's too busy looking things up.
I will get there. What about you get an extra 2 balls in the draft lottery? What he's talking about is in-season tournament idea.
Good idea. I like
or
that.
the fourth winner gets an extra ball. That's an interesting one, too.
More balls is good. And as I say about us Canadians, we like our big balls.
Oh, I don't know about that bunch.
Because the CFL ball is bigger than NFL. I said that in class when I was talking about CFL versus NFL. I said, as Canadians like us big balls. And you know what? Most people understood what I meant.
Dan Gray's always come up with awesome ideas in our comments when he's not too busy with work.
Yes.
Oh, Dan's always very, very busy. So here's an interesting thing, Dan.
Hardworking guy.
So in October, a month-to-month data, the Leafs on average from December on have over 100% capacity because they sell you all their standing tickets. In October, that average attendance drops to 89.9%. So you're dropping 11%.
Who cares?
I care, because now you could sell those tickets for more money and more meaningful games. You could start later and then do these in-season tournaments over the All-Star.
Play like Dan Glazer playing in July. Supposed to be up in Muskoka having fun in the lake.
The NHL
season about hockey
too late anyways. The NHL season's too long. It's like 9 months.
It's not too long.
But imagine you had a
look at how many businesses make money off hockey. We're talking tourism. We're talking bars. We're talking restaurants. People are just going out in October to watch the hockey games.
Yeah, but Dan, look at okay, but hold on. You can also make an argument. Yeah, in Toronto, but look at the LA Kings. They had like there was more people in my grocery store than at that game last night.
Dan, the playoffs ended in June last year.
Okay, but what's more important? The Mecca of hockey or LA? The Mecca of hockey.
The NHL, America, because there are more American teams.
I get that, but I'm just saying.
Here's the thing, they want to add more American teams.
Dan, and even in Canada, you could make the same argument. No one is going to a Jets game right now because the Blue Bombers season starts.
Because they have no money, it's Winnipeg.
That is far from the truth.
I know, I'm kidding.
Anyone who lives in Winnipeg, you are now allowed to send Dan a mean comment. But
I'm kidding.
Oh.
And Dan Moore, not Dan Gray.
Yeah, not Dan Gray.
The NHL fixes the lottery anyways, and I do agree with you, Dan. Yeah. I've wondered that, especially when they won't do the draft lottery balls live themselves.
That is weird.
It's edited. And before you tell me it's not edited, I have the eye for it. It's edited. Anyone on Twitch, do not go to steamboo.com with random upper and lowercase letters, gas, ass. I don't know why they're stealing our thing, those people that are just bots.
What's the comment? What's the positively comment on steamboo.com, Lane?
Don't use it because
that's not positive.
It's very positive. Viewers. But anyways, let's get back to the Jays a little bit.
It's hard to do this, okay?
James is only backtracking to the Jays because he knows I'm light.
It's because I don't want to keep embarrassing you. Because you're
telling me embarrassed all night on air.
The NHL cares about the Leafs more than every other American and Canadian city in the entire league. You're out to lunch. And you don't even normally eat lunch.
Lunch is good, fellas. I'm happy to be
okay, back to the Jays. Game 7, Bieber on the bump. This is why they got him. Absolutely.
100%. Yeah, for sure.
Baby, oh.
I agree with that.
Now, I want to ask you guys a question.
Uh-oh.
Kevin, they say Kevin Gausman's ready. Do you see Bieber pitch 6, Gausman pitch 7 and 8, Hoffman for the 9th?
100%.
I think
if it's close game.
I can even see Beaver pitching 4 and Gausman going in the 4th and the 5th.
No,
Yeah?
I disagree with you there. I think you want Bieber to try
Really?
to go 6.
Well, I mean, yeah, try to, but if
In
you
a
got
perfect scenario, I would say worst case scenario, look at when the Jays beat out the Yankees and did it with the bullpen. Hopefully we don't run into that issue again. But I'm saying we could get creative with the pitching and do or die game 7, 100%.
Dan Gray's saying you could see Scherzer hitting
Oh,
Oh,
yeah.
bullpen.
Mad Max. Put up the comment.
So unfortunately, Dan, because you said swear in there, I cannot because then YouTube gets all
But
prickly about it.
Well, he spelled it a creative way.
Just to be
YouTube's
careful,
not going to pick up on it.
they might.
we do not need little.
No.
No. Dane, do you have anything positive to say about Little?
Sorry, Dan. You've earned you're running the zoo because I don't think we're going to see Little pitch another
Little
game
is a great.
this
Little
year.
is a player that plays in the MLB, which is something I'll never be able to do. So I'll give him credit.
Now,
for
I
that.
do want to
good
one
one.
quick thing to Little, and
Well, how long? I don't know.
I'll say it again. Going out attacking him personally, though, was absolutely ridiculous.
No, we're not talking him personally.
I got a question. Oh, I have a question.
I didn't say you were, Dan. I'm just saying people in general have been attacking him on social media.
What
At the end of the day, he's not a terrible human being because he had a bad inning. But what's your question, Lane?
What did we think about the fans in the Rogers Center absolutely torching John Schneider when he walked out there? I've never heard.
I thought it was funny. I liked it. I liked it. I liked it.
It's funny. I don't know if you watched the game when I'm sitting there and I laugh because
I agree, Dan. I think he could get beer tossed out if he goes out of that bed.
He was when he was sitting there with when the Savage gets up after the home run, you see him look at Pete Walker. He's like, I don't really want to go out there. He wanted to leave him in. I know deep down he wanted to, but I think he was starting to feel like the Savage was getting beat. Honestly, I kind of agree with the call. I think it was actually time. He was at like 92 pitches. He was
gave up a home run.
Yeah. I have a gasso ass.
Dan really wants to look at it. Dan is obsessed with donkeys' butts. That's what we've learned today. Or is it ass?
To be honest, when I see donkey butts, I just pretend it's William Nylander's butt. But anyway, that's the end of that. I want to say gasso ass. Does Savage have the right to yell at John Schneider to get pulled the way Max did the other game? Because Jacob and I were talking about this. Gasso ass.
He doesn't, but I would have loved if he did it.
What do you think, Mr. Glasgow?
Thank you very much for joining, Mr. Gray, and good luck with all your important meetings. And we can't wait for your announcement in early November.
I'm pumped.
That's support 100%.
Let us know if we need help with anything. We're willing to help.
I'm with Jacob on this one.
I'd love to see it, but it won't happen at his.
I'm with you guys as well. I don't think a 22-year-old kid that's played 5 games has the right to top the manager the way a future Hall of Famer.
No. Although it would have been funny as hell. I agree.
Yeah, that's what we're saying too, Mr. Gray.
You know, if he yelled at him. They'd like, okay, Mad Max can get away with that.
Yeah. You know, but I don't think a kid who's played 5 games has the right to tell off a manager. However, a future Hall of Famer, World Series championship, Young Cy winner, I think does. Especially a young manager like John Schneider.
Yeah. No, you can't be bossing them off. But you gotta have some pedigree to be able to do something like that. Like maybe Gosman could do it. I could see maybe Beaver even having a Beaver, Gosman, Chris Bassett's a guy. I can see having that ability to do that. Savage is definitely way too young.
I think there's a good chance you'll see Bassett play in Game 7, actually.
Yeah, I think we haven't seen him much this series, which surprises me.
The one game you saw him and he pitched great, and he's a veteran.
He did.
He's got back issues, right? So you don't want to burn him if you don't have to. But
well, you're at the point now, if you don't win Game 7, your season's done.
However, I do think no matter what, you have to look at this season.
You got to put it on the line.
But objectively, I think no matter what happens tomorrow or today at this point, if you're in Ontario, I think you're feeling good of what the Jays have accomplished this season.
Yeah,
100%. The fact that they pushed Seattle, the ALCS champions, to Game 7, I'm agreeing.
The only way you might feel different is if they get blown out.
No,
And I
Jacob,
hope they don't Game 7. I don't think they
No.
will. But if they get blown out, I think we'll all feel a little different.
Now, Jacob, I know I'm really positive today, and I'm gonna need your help for tomorrow
It's
because
a new
I'm
day,
gonna.
Lane, so you can be negative again.
Oh, I can be okay. Oh, that's it. Oh, no, just kidding. Regardless of what happens, if knock on wood, if something doesn't go the way we want it to, try to make me stop from saying it's a failure because it's not. I know I'm going to say something stupid tomorrow. I hope I won't because I'm going to say it, but I'm going to be like, "What season?" But no, I know this season's not a failure. And you know what? They pushed it to 7. I was a little frustrated before, but honestly, they have shown some fight.
And Seattle's a damn good team.
They are.
Like, Seattle is a very good team.
I think Seattle's a better team than the Yankees this year.
Well, obviously, Dan, that's a very obvious
Now, I
opinion.
did say
That's
another
like
thing
saying that's like saying that Carolina is better than the Sharks in the NHL.
Now, I did have another interesting. I did have another interesting comment.
Sharks playing terrible.
Did you see the coach say he would give up his kid to win a game?
Who said that?
The coach. He's like, I would give away one of my children to win. He's like, I would literally give away one of my children to win a hockey game. Everyone
thinks that. San Jose Sharks coach?
Yeah, he's getting a lot of heat for it. Like,
I mean, yeah,
that's a terrible comment.
a little.
I see what you say, but wow.
On today's episode of How Effed Up Is That Effed Up? That's pretty effed up. That's not something you say. Hope his kid
in a regular season. We're talking game like 6 out of the 82 game seasons where they give up one of his child. That's not cool.
Yeah, he's getting a lot of trouble for that.
Oh yeah, I can see why.
I gotta admit, I'm kind of shocked San Jose's as bad as they are. Now they got some bright spots, right? They got some young players. The guys they got in the offseason, they're really stepping it up. So I mean, I can see this team getting better. I think the thing that's really messing them is goaltending, right? The goaltending's horrendous.
Yeah,
but
more than
if they can,
that's messing them up.
Even Ryan Reeves has a goal this year for San Jose and has a fight. I mean, they're not all that bad. They just
remember, goal scoring doesn't matter to make the lineup if you're Toronto, because Kylie Yarncrow is one of their leaders in goal scoring, and they put him back in the press box.
I don't agree with that one bit. I really don't. I get you want your team to be more tough, and I get that's a concern for the Leafs going into the season. I get that's a concern. But Kelly Yarncrow, when I say tough, I don't mean everyone has to be Darcy Tucker and Ty Domi from 2003. I just mean that they can't be like a wimp. They can't, like when Storarf got ran over by Marsmith against Seattle. They can't just stand there and watch. That's all I'm saying. I'm not saying you have to be the toughest guy in history. I'm just saying you got to stand up for yourself. You got to take a hit. I mean, you see Nick Robinson get knocked out every time someone goes like, That's all I'm saying. Well, you got to support a hit like Dakota Joshua, like Bobby McMahon. Are they the toughest guys in NHL history? No. But for standing up for their teammates and standing up for themselves, and believe it or not, I think Yarncrow has been doing that so far this year. Is he going to win a heavyweight fight? No. Is he a wimp? No.
I love Yarncrow.
Well, he should be playing
on that team. But I'm interesting, Brandon, to your point.
No, not Willie. I love Willie.
Look, I'm going to say this about Nylander. I think he was just gassed at that point, and I didn't mind Stolarz calling out the team as a whole. I did not like Stolarz calling out Nylander in the media, who has been your best player so far this season. Yeah. I'm sorry, but when Nylander's not on the ice, the offense just isn't doing anything. And as much as I picked up my recently Matthew Nyes jersey, huge Matty Nyes fan, he's having a great year so far too.
I really hope it's the same milk on it. Did you get the one without the milk?
I don't think there's milk on these. No, I'm not.
I don't think it's milk on that one. You gotta turn the other way, bud.
Although I do like milk, like white milk
is good.
Reed's dairy milk. Lane, this is random. Have you ever had Reed's dairy milk?
No.
Oh, wow. No wonder why you're so cranky.
Come up Hamilton Mountain. Up on Hamilton Mountain.
I was up there today.
And go to Zarky's.
You didn't say hi?
Lane, go to Zarky's. Okay? We're not sponsored by Zarky's. But
there's a lot of Zarky's.
We'll go to the one off of Dartnell and the link and get some Reed's dairy milk.
I don't even
dairy's
like drinking
from Belleville, which is where I went to college.
I don't even like drinking milk. Ew.
Well, become a cow. And
no.
You're already wearing a Bull shirt.
That's
It's
right.
true.
And
It's
Bulls and
it's
Cows.
The Rock. The Rock, man.
That's why I can see you. If it was a John Cena shirt, you'd just be shirtless,
That's right.
which is what Dan wants. But
He is dancing after all.
But look, at the end of the day, I'm going to say this with the Leafs. I think it's way too early to panic. Look,
panic!
No, do you guys remember when the Jays at the start?
See why we need more seasons? We need more panicking.
No, do you remember at the start of the Jays season this year? I was the one who was grumpy, not like Lane. I'm like, this team sucks. This team's bad. Why did they pay Guerrero $500 million?
And I stay calm.
They can't pitch. They can't run bases. They can't defend. They were one game under 500. And I thought the season was done. Then in August, when they had a great August, right? July, sorry. They did not have a good July. They didn't have a good start to August. Their finish in August was phenomenal. And I'm like, this team isn't built for playoffs. They're not going to win the division. And if they don't win a round, which I don't think they will, I think there's going to be hell to pay in Toronto. One win away from winning the World Series.
No. One way you win to get into the World Series.
Sorry. I think Leaf fans need to take a page out of that book. And I understand
it's hard, though. It's really hard.
I know Leaf fans have been hurt. And I'm going to say the same thing to Argo fans. We will have a post-mortem show for the Argos and the Red Blacks and the Elks once both their seasons are completely done. But the Argos one will be done this week. And I'm seeing Argo fans saying
it's done this week.
We haven't done the show yet, Dan, obviously.
Yeah. I know. I'm saying it's already done.
Yeah, you weren't listening to what I said, but that's fine. Please finish my sentence without being interrupted. Thank you. But all I'm saying is Argo fans the same thing. You know what they're saying? Fire Ryan Dinwiddie. Get new receivers. The whole team needs to blow up.
No, it doesn't.
Relax. I would say the same thing to Leaf fans. There's still lots of time and Tree Living has cap space to make a move when Calgary realizes they're bad and Nazem Kadri becomes available. Or when Buffalo decides to give up and trade Tage Thompson. And I don't know, like when another team, when Utah goes backs and struggles and then Clayton Keller's available. So let's just
Why would we want him?
Why wouldn't we want Clayton Keller?
Great. We just got someone for Utah and he sucks. Why do we want another one?
That's like saying then we shouldn't want Nazem Kadri because Calgary sucks.
Yeah.
I said hi. Hello, Key.
Hi, Key.
Hi, Key. Hi, Key. That's why they call it a hike chair. But that's what I'm going to say to Leaf fans. I think, too, for Jays fans, you know what? Jays fans, similar. I'm going to have a similar tone. They said when they lost game 1 and 2, this series was done.
I didn't.
You, Lane. You said the series was done.
I didn't.
I said they had to win game 3. But look, the Jays have made it a series again. So I think Leaf fans just need to kind of try to relax a little bit and just wait. At least wait till Halloween before we start to really try to figure out where this team's at. But I think it's time that we sign off for the night. We've been on for almost an hour, or the morning, whatever the heck. Thank you very much for joining us at the Analyst Desk, joined by Mr. Lane Dashco and Mr. More for Your Money.
Woo!
We'll have another show for you that we'll be recording the next half an hour. That we'll be diving into the CFL week and a bit more into the NHL. Won't be a super long pre-record as we talked about a lot on this live show, but we know we have fans on both sides who enjoy both shows very much. So thank you very much for watching. And until next time, always join us at the Analyst Desk, where every day feels like game day. And
Go Blue Jays! Okay.
Blue Jays.
Blue Jays.
Let's play ball. And just for that, I'm going to leave Brandon's comment up during the extra because Let's Go Blue Jays is the perfect way to end the show. So thank you very much for watching the Analyst Desk.
Bye-bye.